Hi, I'm James from AMS Neve and I'm here at the AES show with Professional Audio Design, and we're showing off the Genesys Black today. And the Genesys Black is an evolution of the Genesys console, which we've been making for some 4 or 5 years now. But this is a refocused console based around the concept of tying it together with the DAW. So rather than just making a console and making it the customer's problem to interface it with their DAW, we realized that we have to account for that from the very beginning. It's an analog console. This is the really important part. It's an analog console, but with digital control. So what this means is that you get all the benefits of having an analog console, which is primarily great sound, no latency problems, the classic EQ and dynamics, which made countless hit records for 30 years now, but the digital control gives you the benefit of immediate recall. So you can switch projects in seconds rather than having to recall all the controls like you used to have. And it works in a very similar way to using plugins on a DAW. You can drag and drop processing, you can click a grid to route channels, so it works in a very modern way, but it has the traditional analog sound to it. We integrated a touchscreen in the center of the console. It's so important to not forgo any of this control that people are used to do with editing and working in the box way of working. And so this way, by setting a screen in the perfect sweet spot in the middle of the console, you can get a consistent sound quality. You don't have to move around so much. The EQ and dynamics are all controlled from the center section, and so you stay in that sweet spot the whole time. And we have keyboard and mouse control of the DAW. We have fader control via the HUI, so you can mix in the traditional style. And then we have a touchscreen interface, so you can do things such as control plugins, select areas, move things around in the fastest possible way using your fingers on the screen. You can use this thing in any manner. If you came up working in the box and editing with keyboard and screen, that's there. If you came up mixing on a traditional console, you can still do it that way. So it's very flexible, and you know, traditional working engineers and people who have always been in the box editors can still get something out of this thing. So this is a 16-channel one, which means, being an inline console, we have 32 channels available for mixing. We have, in this particular example, we have 8 1084 EQs, 8 88R EQs. We have 16 channels of 88R style dynamics. The real key feature of this that makes it really appealing for those setting up a new studio is that it also has converters installed. So inside the console there's the plug-in boards that give you A to D and D to A conversion. Again, you know, you're getting all the benefits of a great analog console, but without having to have a machine room, without having to have a wireman to build you some great big patch bay. It's all integrated inside the console. The meters are assignable, so we can look at channel inputs, DAW sends and returns, so you can see exactly which signals are coming into and leaving the board. And we have this dedicated DAW section in the middle with DAW metering and faders, so you've always got control of your session. So we basically took an 88R, which is the big battleship-sized standard scoring console, and squashed it down to make a console this size. So that's an overview of the Genesys Black, and we'll cover some things in more detail, I'm sure, in other things, but hopefully that gives you an idea what the console's about.